mean pretty much the exact same thing. Although a lot of my videos are the exact same thing that I've already done before. But we've got the White Castle sliders. The classic cheese White Castle sliders that have onions on them, which I do not even like, but that's okay. And the White Castle chicken rings as well. I didn't put the bag of the chicken rings here this time because it's so full and I didn't feel like it. Anyway, not that it matters. We have 6 White Castle sliders on this plate, and we have 15 White Castle chicken rings, specifically 15 White Castle chicken rings on this plate. It is approaching 4 in the morning on May 6th, 2026. My sleep schedule has never been this terrible for me to get out of. I don't know how much there is to say, other than, I do have some ketchup if I do desire ketchup as well. Maybe some, perhaps, obligatory ketchup bottle tapping at some point, perhaps, maybe, you never know. But yeah, we got this. I think I just want to pour my Diet Coke and get into it. No other funny business to attend to just yet. Very good. Very fizzy. Very nice, very nice. Here's a nice up-close look at what we've got. Nice little pyramid of the White Castle sliders there in the back of the plate, along with a bunch of the chicken rings as well. Not sure if I overdid it on the portion sizes here. I'm not sure if this is enough or too much, excuse me. I'm trying to not waste food. I'm trying to not make too much and order too much anymore. You know, I'm trying to just, because I feel like it makes me feel weird in the video. I feel very demoralized by not eating everything that I put on the plate, because it's like, wow, big plate, that's the incentive to watch the video, and then I don't actually eat it all. I don't like that. That's aside from wasting stuff. Anyways, we're gonna start with one of these. These are still very hot, molten lava. That is why we have a plastic fork, just to make it a little bit easier to handle these things. Wow, look at all that steam. Can you see that? You can kind of see the steam that comes off of these. Yeah, these things are just... It's been a couple minutes since they've been heated up. I mean, geez. Really, first bite and we're getting stuff stuck in the teeth. Are we serious? It is still steaming. It's like not, you can't really see it in the camera, I don't think. Like barely. It is still steaming despite it not being, like, it's definitely warm, but you would think that it's steaming would make it too hot to eat, but it's not. Good start so far, very good. That hits the spot. Wasn't too sure what I was craving to eat this morning, but this seems to be a decent selection. Can you see that steam? Like, a little bit. God, why does the camera have to, like, barely show it? There's a decent amount of steam every time I move one of these things. It's weird how these things are just... the heat from them in the microwave, they just retain it so well. They get so hot so fast. It's very interesting. just very unaligned sometimes, just because of the nature of the burger. It's just so flat and sloppy. I always think that they're like really small because they are just tiny little sliders, and then I put them out on the plates earlier in the kitchen and I'm like, damn, these are bigger than I remember. No, they're not that big, it's just sometimes in my head, you know. And I was like, man, 6 of them, that's pretty hefty. And then I get through 3 of them and I feel like I've still eaten nothing. Like, these things, they're big but they're not, but they're small but they're not, but they're thin but they're not, but they're, you know, they're just these are a good thing. These are a good thing. They're a good snack. They're a good addition to lazy people's lives like me, who don't like cooking anything too intricate and like to just nuke stuff in the microwave for the vibes. I've told this story before, but I'll try to keep it quick. You know, so like I said at the beginning of the video, these have onions on them, right? I don't like onions, right? And when I was in college and I first discovered these, because I was looking for like cheap and easy meals, you know, I found them and I ate them and I was like, yeah, these are good. But I didn't know they had onion on them when I was eating them. I knew there was like something else in there. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like parts of the meat or something. Like, I think I remember seeing like a piece of the onion on there one time and thinking that it was just like ice, because these things are like frozen, right? They get very frosty in their packs in the freezer. And I had no idea. And so, I ate them a few times in college. Then I go back home after college is over at one point for summer, and I asked my mom to get me some, and I told her like get me the cheese ones or whatever. And she was like, the ones, you like these? Because she knows I don't like onion. She's like, you want the ones with the onion on them? I'm like, I don't think there's onion on them. No, I think it's just cheese. And she's like, no, these have onion on them. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And so I had her get them anyway, and I was confused, and then I ate them, and because I was now aware of the onion, I started to notice the onion more, and then I stopped liking them for like probably a couple of years, because I'm like a stubborn little baby when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know why. Now all I can taste is the onion. I don't like it anymore. It's a psychology thing, you know. It's weird. I'm a child. Let's try some chicken rings. of this very quickly. I think I need to, like, slow down a little bit. I guess I was hungry. These things are not, they're like not filling individually, but then after you've eaten a ton of stuff, like after I've shoveled down 4 sliders and like 9 chicken rings, then you start to feel it in your stomach like, okay, maybe we should take our time just a little bit, just slow down just a little bit, just a little itty bitty little bit. Let's see how long I can tap on this box before getting bored. I'm bored. That was long enough for an individual tapping segment there. Let's get this second fresh, refrigerated, cold can of Diet Coke in action. Hopefully these last 2 burgers here are not cold. Still got some heat inside of them, thankfully. I wish they would add a bit more cheese to these. I just got a really good cheesy bite right there. And these are so good with the cheese. I guess I could just add my own, but like, I'm already paying like more than $1 per burger for these things. Give me some extra cheese. The whole gimmick is there being cheese on it, so like, throw in a bit of extra cheese. Like the last few years, I've like not had the patience to watch, well, not the patience even, but the patience, and then not had the time to like watch like shows and stuff that I used to watch. Like Euphoria, I used to like that. Obviously that's just a fucking train wreck, but like Walking Dead spin-off shows, The Boys, Euphoria. Like I can't really I don't find myself caring enough to watch them in full. And I think that's also because I'm not always a fan of like I don't enjoy how dialogue is written a lot of the time. It's like one of my favorite things about Breaking Bad is I think the dialogue is written very well. I think a lot of other shows it's not as good. It feels very manufactured and fabricated, if that makes sense. But when I do cuts in these videos, I spend a lot of my time like waiting for my appetite to settle down again or whatever. And I like scroll Twitter and I keep up with the shows that I used to watch on Twitter. Like I was just now scrolling through a bunch of tweets about the new Boys episode and whatever. That's kind of just how I keep up with stuff now. Even when I do go out of my way to watch episodes of shows, I find myself skimming a lot. I just don't really have the patience or whatever to sit there and listen anymore. I don't know. Like, not that I don't care, it's just, I just can't. Like, a few weeks ago, I skimmed through the entire like actual regular seasons of The Walking Dead from like season 1 to like 8 or whatever, which I watched a majority of like in full. I watched it all in full already in the past, but I just wanted to go through it and skim it again, so I went and I just skimmed and skimmed on Netflix for like a day and watched like the entire thing, or watched all the major moments of the whole thing just to remember. And I don't know, I find myself enjoying watching stuff like that again. I just don't feel like a lot of writers write dialogue in a way it's just all, I'm so sick of seeing, what are you doing here, character A, what are you doing here, like, it's so typical. It's just so much dialogue is so robotic and not important, and there's not enough, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying because I'm not, it's one of the, that's one of the reasons I think Breaking Bad is one of those shows that's like so good. It's just, the dialogue is better, well written and well showcased. I don't know. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, chicken rings left. How that's funny because I just did a 6, 7 chicken video. That's so funny. 7 chicken rings remaining. I don't even really want the ketchup, but I think we're gonna do a little bit of ketchup. Just a little bit. At least I tried to do just a little bit. Alright, we're gonna do 1 minute of obligatory ketchup tapping. 1 minute. I used the other day. I have like 6 ketchup bottles in my fridge. It seems that different ketchup bottles with different densities to the shape and different amounts of ketchup in them do make different sounds. That one was not as good. That one was a bit thicker and a bit more dull, I would say, sound-wise, than the ketchup that I used in my video the other day with the, I think it was the 6-7 chicken video. I forgot already. LOL. I would have done that a little bit longer, but these are probably getting really cold by now. I'm correct. Final chicken ring. Probably for the first time in my life, I put out a proper amount of ketchup. Alright. I'm not gonna, it looked like a much bigger amount of food than it felt like, I think. That looked like a very big pile. But I think it was just because it was in a pile, although I am kind of surprised I ate all, I was hungry. I hadn't eaten a real meal in about 24 hours, probably. I do eat, like, snacks and stuff in between the videos. It's just sometimes it's like, if I'm hungry but not able to make a video, I'll eat a snack, and then I'll try to make a video later, but it just doesn't, the timing doesn't work out, and then I just pass out and fall asleep, and then I make a video now, like when I wake up, because I woke up a couple hours before I made this one, so, that was pretty good, and I don't even feel like fat. I don't even feel like I overate. I don't feel like I don't know. That's usually what I say after I eat some of these things in these videos. I feel fat, but I don't feel fat right now. I feel fine. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. Let's see, what do I have to do? It's almost 5 in the morning right now. What do I gotta do today? I gotta edit this video. I have to edit a video that goes up the day before this one, I would believe. I have to edit this video. I have to edit a video that goes up the day before this one still, which is technically later today. That shouldn't take too long. I want to go take a shower. best not fucking up my sleep schedule still. I almost saved it yesterday. And then it fell apart. I was able to finally get a nap in yesterday. And I thought it would push me ahead in the day in terms of when I would fall asleep. And I completely failed, man. I failed so bad. It's been a rough few days trying to get this schedule back on where I want it to be. But it's alright. I can figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.